Hey guys, Dennis here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery. Wanted to do a few updates, etc. And first, I want to start by thanking everybody that was on the live feed last night. All of you all are incredible. I believe it was very beneficial last night. A lot of good conversation, a lot of good information, and it was, in my opinion, one of the best that we've had with you guys, and the information that you all were putting out there as well. Just completely incredible. And again, thank you to those who were able to search and clear the pond on the Burns property. That was huge and just incredible. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And as more people are helping and coming in on this case, chiming in with information and ideas, I fully believe that Randy is going to be found this year. And it's going to be the work of everybody. And it's just incredible how everybody is coming together on that case. And thank you very much for what you're doing with that. And after the live feed, Megan and I were discussing the comments and conversations that took place. And somebody had mentioned, why would we consider going back to Cedar Creek, after we were able to determine that there is really no chance of a vehicle being in there. And I wanted to mention again, we do have some other cases in the area that we are working on where a vehicle may not be involved in their disappearance. And with the water there and then the sand on down closer to the river, there is a possibility of finding something still linked to those cases. So eventually we will be back down there. Where the boat was, for example, that's normally got water there, and the water is so low, even the boat was exposed. But we will be going back there eventually, taking metal detectors and some other tools to finish out the search down there to, in my opinion, fully clear the area. Obviously, that's not a search that, and I don't know how to say this properly, that's not a search that is like priority, like what I would consider these ponds in Atchison that we want to sonar for Billy and Mary Black, and multiple locations that we will be searching for Randy Leach. This weekend, we mentioned possibly being able to go to Atchison and do the search for Billy and Mary Black, and then possibly moving over and doing some more areas on Randy Leach. Megan has let me know that we do have another chance of snow Thursday into Friday, and can get a few more inches on top of the little that we got yesterday. So the weekend plans are in the air. Number one, due to weather. Number two, Friday happens to be Megan and Chrissy's next Friday. Okay, I jumped the gun there. So this weekend will be based off of the weather. See, we kind of discussed this last night too. Having a good lady, Megan, keeps me in line.
Been good 13 years.
Now I'm in trouble for not remembering her birthday. But this weekend, it will be weather dependent, and we will keep you guys updated on that and our plans for the weekend. If it snows Thursday and Friday, obviously we're not going to be able to go into the pond in Atchison again, but that leaves the door open to search a couple areas on Randy Leach's case. as well as possibly going over and doing a search for Justin Seawick and our Crystal Kipper. So we will definitely keep you guys updated with that as well. Now the next weekend is definitely in the air because that Friday, the 18th, I remember the 18th, is Megan and Chrissy's birthday. Y'all were born 6 years apart and born on the same day. That blew my mind when I met them. But their birthday is next Friday. So that weekend is in the air as well. For sure that Saturday is in the air, that Sunday, weather permitting again. I'm sure we will be out on some searches that day as well. But we'll keep you posted with that. Also, I want to talk a minute about Aaron Shane Key in that case out of Tennessee. If you remember, Aaron, he's not missing, but he is deceased, unfortunately. It was ruled a suicide, yet everything absolutely points to this being murder. A lot of corruption in the area. Others are really pushing this to make it public. We are going to be sharing another video very soon on this case to keep it public, to keep the attention coming in on it. His mother did share a petition with me today. I went on and signed it. The case is currently still open. His mother has refused to allow them to close the case because in Tennessee, if the case is closed, it is next to impossible to get that case reopened. And so I'm going to put a link to the petition down here in the video description. And what the petition is for is to have Aaron exhumed and a real investigation done on cause of death. And that 100% needs to be done. We will go over more details when we do the next video on Aaron, which will be coming out this week. Plus, his mother will be joining us soon. We keep saying this. I've got to get this lined up. We're still playing catch up from when we were sick and was not active for a little bit. But we will get that all put together with her, and we'll be doing a live feed with her on our Facebook page. And once we have that time and date scheduled, I'll make sure that I've got a link to the Facebook page here in case any of you all don't have that. We have several other videos that we plan to release this week as well, and that will also carry over into next week. And along with that case, we're also going to be releasing another video on the Alex Van Delsing case, and it's very similar to Aaron's. It was put down that it was suicide. We done several videos on him. We even done reenactments. Some of the reenactments we filmed and shared with you. Some of those we didn't. Out of respect for the family, we didn't want to be too graphic, unneedlessly on here. And there is, in my opinion, absolutely no way that things happen the way that is in the reports of what happened. So we will be doing another video on that to help keep that case in the public eye as well. And we ask you guys, please share those cases. Even if you just make a comment about them on your social media, and keep that public eye on these cases. Keep that pressure on so a real investigation will be done on these cases. Tennessee, We mentioned before we will be doing an open discussion on the Tennessee cases. Let's see, probably it won't be this week, maybe next week. If not, then the week after for sure we will be doing an open discussion on those. There are multiple cases down there. Most of these cases are not connected to each other directly, but the corruption involved in these cases are connected. A lot of it the same players, etc. And so we're going to do that to help keep those public. Plus, some of those cases we will actually be going down and doing some searches. I believe we're up to 5 individuals that we will actually be doing searches for down in Tennessee later this year. And not to forget, we will also be going to Nebraska. And we have at least 3 cases we will be doing searches on in Nebraska. We've got several searches over into Missouri, including down around Lebanon, Missouri, where I moved up here from. So that one, I'm excited to go down to try to help these families find answers, and at the same time get to spend a little bit of time with my family. That's where they're at. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then local cases, we have many local cases. One of the cases that, let's see, mid to late April, we will be going out to do searches on Kenny Riachek. I mentioned Kansas Missing and Unsolved a lot. These guys are incredible guys. They run an incredible podcast. You can find them on Facebook. I have shared their link in other videos. And I will try to get that link put down here in this one as well. Please check them out. But I believe it was Ricky that knew Kenny. And when we do get search lined up for this, there's a chance that Kansas Missing and Unsolved will be joining us on that search as well. And they also have some areas of interest in the area they feel needs to be searched. So hopefully we'll be teaming up, and hopefully we will be able to help bring Kenny home. But we have so many searches coming up on multiple different cases. And we will be bringing you guys along for the ride. I've mentioned an underwater camera system, and it looks like I will be ordering that within the next 2 weeks. I'm really excited to get that. I could take it down like 160 feet deep, and I'm really looking forward to getting this. It's going to be so beneficial on a lot of these water searches in particular. We do have some searches that we do have a handful of cases that could involve a well potentially. It could involve like a cave with a deep hole, and this camera would work well there. Here I am stuck on the well. But this camera would be a great asset to have in those locations. Be able to lower those down. Camera has all the LED lights around it and everything. I mean, I cannot wait to get this. It's going to be very, very beneficial. And as soon as we get that in, we will do an unboxing video and share that with you. I'm excited about that one. And we're also going to be going over on the Missouri side. We did find an area that we visited recently, but with the location and looking at it, we want to throw a magnet in there. So we will have a couple magnet fishing videos that will be coming up in the probably toward the end of the month, we will be out doing that. And it happens to be in an area of a search that we will be doing for Crystal Kipper. Then Star Boomer's case, that's one of the cases that kind of overlaps Cedar Creek. But we do have other areas of interest. We're going to be searching for Star as well. And with this, Megan, is there any kind of updates you got? Well, then I'm going to do one for you. Megan's Crooked Trail Designs. She is working very, very hard on that, and she should have her stuff on Etsy. She's doing the Etsy account, so she should have her stuff on there at least beginning to within the next 2 weeks. And she's got some new stuff coming out that I think you guys are really, really gonna like. And I go down and I look at the stuff that she's made, and I mean, I'm a guy, but I like the color turquoise, and seeing a lot of this jewelry stuff she makes is just so beautiful. It makes me so proud of her. And I'm not saying that just to try to get points for thinking her birthday was a week sooner than it was. But better early than late.
At least you knew it was this month.
Yeah, at least I knew it was this month. And I knew it was the 18th. And yet, for some reason, I thought the 18th was this coming Friday. But also at Cedar Creek, the boat that we showed on the video that we done while we were out there, I do want to go back out and look at the boat, try to get any of the VIN numbers, all of that off of the boat, and get that turned in, see if it's stolen, see if it just floated away, what the story is on that boat. I did see that there was a battery down there. So we will be going back to the area also and just doing some cleanup work, some environmental work down there, and trying to make the area a little bit cleaner, a little nicer. I'm an avid fisherman. My son Brantley, you've seen on here many times. He is an avid little fisherman. And I do want to take him fishing down there, but I want to teach him, leave the area cleaner than it was when you went in, especially when it comes to something like a battery. We did move the battery over to where we put it inside the boat, so that way it's a little bit more protected to the ground and stuff out, but we will be going back out there soon and getting that stuff moved out of there. I didn't want to leave it then, but with the rain and stuff that was going to be moving in and then ended up catching up to us, we were, I don't want to say rushed, but if we hadn't been able to clear the area, we could have still been there and the rain and stuff hit, and I would have been fine with that. But knowing there was no vehicle there, I was ready to get out, go check some of these other locations, and then get home safe. So we will be going back out to clear that up and clean that up as well. And with that, this summer, we tried this 2 years ago, and the weekend that we got this planned out, both weekends we had this planned out, we had severe thunderstorms come in. In fact, there were tornado warnings around and everything. But we wanted to do an environmental lake cleanup where we went out to a lake and basically just cleaned the trash up around the lake, do some environmental work. We had the permits from Conservation or Fish and Game, and the storms canceled those out. We had other people volunteering to come in and help. But this summer, we do plan to do some of that and do a couple lake cleanups where we will be putting a call out for volunteers to come in to help assist to do that. And we will keep you guys posted on that. And then the meet and greet event that we are working on getting lined up for this summer, we're probably looking at late August, early September when we do this. But we're hoping to be able to do an official announcement on this by March 27th. That is when we are hoping to be able to fully update you. This is when it is, this is where it is, this is what you can expect. And anybody that can make it out will be more than welcome. We're not doing any kind of admission fee, anything like that. There will be vendor booths set up out there. Megan will have a Crooked Trail Design booth set up at this. And it's just going to be a good time. We're going to try to get some other teams to come in and join us. Kansas Missing and Unsolved has said that they may be coming in to set up at this as well. And I haven't spoken to Ricky about this with Kansas Missing and Unsolved, but there's a couple topics that we may have some speakers on. And Ricky, I'm going to throw you under the bus here, bud. Hope you don't mind. But I want to talk to him to see if he will cover one of those topics. And I mean, even Kansas Missing and Unsolved as a whole, these guys are incredible. But with this, and I keep saying with this a lot too, and you're sure you got nothing else, Meg?
You covered it.
Okay, and Chrissy will likely be coming over one evening this week, and we will be jumping on and doing a live feed while she's here. That live feed will just be a full open discussion on any of the cases. Sunday night's live feed, again, that's going to depend on if we're out searching and what that search turns up, if we're back in time, and we'll keep you updated on that. But as you know, our Sunday night live feeds, we'll do any of our updates, then we'll go into the Randy Leach open discussion. And we may, at one point later this week, do an additional open discussion live feed on one of the other cases as well. And we will give at least a 24-hour notice before we do that. And a big thank you to those of you who, and after the live feed last night, I have gotten so many more messages of possible locations, of different thoughts and theories, ideas, suggestions. Thank you very much for all of that. Every location sent to us, we are putting on our list to search, and we will be contacting property owners to get permission on private property. A lot of these has been public property that's been coming in, and we will be getting those searched as well. But thank you very much for getting that information sent in. Please don't stop. And I try to respond to everybody that sends a message, sends an email, a comment, etc. If I haven't got to you, I apologize. I will do my best to get to that. But I do try to respond back. And you guys have been very incredible with getting information sent over. And we appreciate that. I know the families that are looking for answers really appreciate that. I've had that discussion with several families. And some of these families have felt alone for so long. And then when their case gets picked up by a team or a YouTube team and it starts gaining that attention, and then they see all of you jumping in on these cases, they tell me it blows their mind that there is so many people out there who cares enough to be concerned for them and their family, and to do what we all can to help them find their missing loved one. And it gives the families hope, it gives them comfort, and they feel loved. So never discredit anything you guys do, no matter how big or how little you think the information you have is. It matters. It matters to the families. It matters to us. There is nothing too small to share. And thank you for everything you guys are doing. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. But you guys stay safe, and we'll see you down the road.